Yeah.
There's a lot of other people out there.
No, for sure. Yeah, there are probably some on this podcast, so go listen to a bunch of the episodes to find them. Uh, just kidding. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely a right fit, and there's abundance, obviously, for
Sure.
everyone. Like we were saying, there's 1% of all the homes you wouldn't be able to handle all that work.
Yeah, I mean, and I think one of the coolest things I've seen in business, I think from Brian himself, just I think he'd make. I mean, he's a great employer, and I don't know how I'd be as an employer, but just finding the guys that it's hey, I don't know, it's not like we're competition, like it's just helping each other out. Like I think that's great, and yeah, I think that's a important part of business. Like people just overlook. There's a lot of work out there
Yeah.
in this city. I mean, even recently talking to some other contractors and stuff, customers are just happy that somebody calls them back right now. I don't know how that's even a thing because there's a lot of work. There's a lot of people that, there's a ton of work for everybody. So, and this place is growing like crazy still. So,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. They say the fortunes in the follow up.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, for instance, I mean, to kind of clear that up a little bit more, like I have like maybe 10 real estate agents I know off the top of my head I can name to you right now. And it's not like I'm going to refer one over the other, but why can't I just refer all of them to you? Like, I don't know. I mean, just trying to help people out in business. It's something like you don't see very often. And I think one of the things I've noticed and kind of picked up on with Brian is like he seems like, and I don't know, he might get it from other people too that influence him, like, Marcus or any of you other guys that just seem like you guys want to see the other person succeed. And it's like, that brings you satisfaction alone, not just like hey, I want to be the only guy out here. I want to be the biggest company. I definitely don't feel like I want to be the biggest company with what I'm doing. I don't even, like, right now, I honestly don't have plans to even hire somebody yet or even know if I will. But just right now, I just love what I do, and I want to be the best at what I do. I don't necessarily want to be the biggest or, like, the one that does the most quantity of work or whatever. I want to be the best, and I like helping people out too. If somebody needs some help, I'll go help them out. Or, if, other people if I need help, I hope that somebody else would help me out too. So I just like to have that. I don't know. I think that's more important in business than trying to be the biggest company out there. So
No, for
it just
sure.
speaks
Yeah.
volumes to who the owner is as well. Like, I don't know. I mean, I told you a little bit about I may have mentioned it, but just learning what I learned. Fun fact about Matty Ice, I used to be an automotive tech, so I thought I was going to do that forever. And I just learned the dealership was not for me. It was I don't know. It was a fun place, fun people to work with. I liked what I did. I just didn't like the dealership scene. So I still like tinkering around with cars and stuff like that. But, I mean, I've had a lot of crazy jobs, like I've said, a lot of, not so good employers, and yeah, just I learned everything I learned from my older brother, and he taught me everything I know. I make sure to say he taught me everything I know, and not that he taught me everything he knows, because even to this day, like, I'll go help him out with jobs and stuff. Like, if he needs an extra hand, or like he's short a guy, like, I'll go help him out, or and I find myself when I go help him out, I'm always learning something new. It's like there's like his knowledge is like infinite. It's like, I don't know. He just knows a ton. He's like the smartest guy I know with HVAC and plumbing and everything else. Like, like I said, I think one of the best things I learned from him was just trying to figure it out on your own. I mean, I don't know how to do this, but I'd be willing to take a crack at it and figure it out. And I think that's how you learn. Might fail, but failing is good. Like, you'll learn through that. And so yeah, I like to just be able to help people out if I can, and just have people return the favor. Like, there shouldn't be I don't know, turf wars and stuff.
No, definitely shouldn't be, but there
is. There definitely is.
Yeah, people get you never know. You never know what's going on. Like,
Sure.
maybe you accept a deal, and someone just gets offended by it.
Sure.
Or someone feels like you're stepping on their toes. I've learned you just can't worry about that stuff. I mean,
and you absolutely can't. Like, you dwell there, it's just gonna tear you apart. But I mean, just for me, I think I would have no problem if I was a bigger company and someone wanted to do their own thing. I would want nothing more than to see that person succeed. I'm like, hey man, right on, go do it. And like, I would love to. I don't know, just. I would love to see that a lot more in other companies and other business owners, of just I mean, we're all on the same team, kind of speaking. It's not like I'm stealing money from you because I'm taking a job that you might have had or whatever. We're all in HVAC and plumbing. Why can't we all help each other? Just like, I mean, real estate agents too. I think they can, I don't know, kind of have a lot of turf wars there.
Well, definitely, because they have less turf.
Right.
Right. Per capita.
Right. I mean, it sounds silly to say. I don't know if that's ever going to be reality, but that's just my mindset behind it. I like to, I don't know, I like to see.
Real estate literally stands for turf, though. So it literally is turf. Yeah. So they're fighting over their literal turf.
Yeah, but no, I don't know. I would like to, I like to see that kind of stuff. Just camaraderie, people just helping other people out, and just for the good of it, not to,
No, for sure.
Alternative motives.
Yeah, and what the great thing about that too is you shouldn't get offended by it. That should drive you to do better, Yeah. And that's the great thing about capitalism is that's what it does, Yes, there's competition and there's turf and there's obviously a market share. But that market share is so abundant, it's like for most businesses, unless there's some industry that's really just taking up all of it,
Yeah.
But it's like, I forgot where I was going with that. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of abundance, but it's like that's what drives people to do better, It's like you should embrace someone else getting the job, I think, because that could help you figure out what you need to do to get the job, I guess. But it's like if you're not getting that job, there's opportunities over here. That's the abundant mindset, It's like not the scarcity. Oh, he's taking from me. No, there's more. He's actually allowing me to tap into this abundance over here or something. I don't know the exact best way to look at that, because I think there's a balance, I think there's a balance with, having competition and having to I guess quote unquote fight. Maybe there's a better word than fight there, but but having I don't know, it's a balance. It's something that I've been trying to grapple around with it lately in my head, because I still am, I am from a believer that competition doesn't need to from an abundance mindset, but I'm kind of just reevaluating my thoughts. It's like, is it really healthy to pretend like there's no competition? Because there is,
right.
It's just there. It's like it's acting like you're going on a hike in the mountains and a bear might not get you, It might not,
Yeah, no, I mean, there's definitely going to be competition. I like to see that there is other people out there that, want to see you succeed instead of I don't know. I mean, not necessarily that they feel like, I hope that guy's, crashes and burns or whatever, but just I like to see that there's people out there that want to help, given the chance that they could.
For sure. So, yeah. And I've helped out other video companies here, and but I'm sure some probably feel like I've taken some of their market share too. I feel like I'm making it bigger. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm letting more people know about it.
I mean, there's different. Everybody's different too, and I think every business owner is different. Just like everybody is different in their individuality and their, who they are as their person and their character. I feel like there's a lot of different ideas of how to run a business, of how to do different things, and one guy might have really good ideas that might work for his business, and another guy has different ideas that might work just for his business. And it's all different, but I think it's good to have the diversity and the separate businesses, but I think it's also important to have some camaraderie there too, of hey, that's really cool that guy's doing his own thing, and so not necessarily that they have to give you work or whatever, but just encouraging them, or hey, that's really cool you're doing that, or hope it works out, whatever.
I got you. Yeah. Just being happy for them, and if someone has success, I'm usually happy for them.
Yeah, instead of you're my competition and whatever. It's okay, well, I don't know. I'm one guy, not really competition.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe your competition to the other one, guys.
Maybe.
But yeah, did you know that 90, like not 90, but like the majority of small business, I'm not going to put a number on it because I don't know. The majority of small business, the amount of employees they have are 1 to 2. Cause
Yeah.
that's just like most people don't expand out of that.
Yeah.
And so like, for a lot of people, they don't want to, or they don't. That's not what their vision is. So.
And I honestly don't know what my vision is. Honestly, I think I would probably right now I could say I feel really comfortable just being like the 1, maybe 2 guy kind of thing. So just need some help if I need it. Hire on some help if I need it for the day or whatever. But
Well, I think you should definitely like if you need it or not. But I think one thing you should definitely do is hire on some kind of assistant that not doing the technician work,
Yeah.
but doing all the other work.
Yeah.
Because that could help.
Yeah.
That will help you feel relaxed.
Absolutely.
Because as you know, probably just in the last 3 months, it can get pretty stressful having to handle a lot of. Especially, it sounds like you've been pretty busy, so having to handle all that stuff on top of not having everything put in place yet because you're only 3 months in. So
Right.
So yeah, man, that's good, man. This has been a great conversation. I know we're over an hour because those things have turned on twice.
Okay.
And so I like to keep it around an hour. If maybe one of these days, if I feel like it, maybe I'll go 2 hours, 3 hours.
There you go.
But
I don't know if I could do it.
I like to keep it around an hour. I don't want to hold you hostage here for another hour.